back, everybody. So this is a comparison video in our small batch brewing series. These are two smash beers. This one on my left is Cascade with Rarh Premium Pilsner malt. Then on my right is Rarh 2-row. I wanted to do this. It's not really about the taste, as I did do a separate video of each one. But I wanted to see how long it does take those carbonation tablets to actually carb a beer. So we will go over tastes and stuff like that, but I wouldn't put too much pressure on it as they are not carbonated. I think they're a little young. You're still getting a little too much of that hot pellet, but that we'll get into that later. So both beers were bottled on 6/22/2019. Today is July 4th. The beer on my left with the Pilsner came in at 5.39%. The beer on my right with 2 pounds of Rarh 2-row came in at 5.38%. So the alpha acids on both of the Cascade hops was 7.8 percent. So everything is pretty much identical except for the malt. I mean, they're even from the same company, just a different variety. So let's go ahead and look. I'm actually going to switch this bottle on this side so they're both in the center. You guys can see the difference big time in this. The one on my left almost, well, let's get the condensation off. We'll just hold both of them up. Yeah, so you can see, and the one on my left is the Pilsner, and it's more of like if you took caramel and melted it down and added a lot of water to really dilute it, that's what that looks like. Or like a Werner's pop. There are some particles in there. I can make out the light box, but it's more, I'm just going to go with like a Werner's pop is what the color looks like, which is weird to me because the Pilsner malt is, I think, a 1.8 level bond. On Beersmith, let's see if I put it on here. It's saying a 1.8 SRM. But then if we look at the Rarh 2-row version, it's pretty much a New England IPA. Like, very lemon in color. You can't see through it. It is hazy, no bubbles coming up. But I thought it would actually be reversed. I thought that the Pilsner malt would be the lighter version, and then the Rarh 2-row would be the darker version. Now, from Beersmith, it's saying the Rarh 2-row is 1.8 SRM2, but I believe on the bag I have, it's 2.2 to 2.4 or something like that. So it looks like these two beers should be reversed. And I think that brings up another point, I think another statement somebody made in one of the videos. As we've been doing, I think we have about 15 or 17 videos on these smash beers out. We're not sure where these colors come from. And I know one person commented it's the hop that delivers the color, and I don't know if I can agree with that. When you look at these two, that you could almost say that the 2-row brings a little bit more graininess to the color, but in this comparison, the hops are the same. The yeast is the same, and we've got two completely different color beers here. So I don't know what's changing the color as they were made back to back. So the only thing that changes is the malt. We've not, I believe, I would have to really go back and look. I don't think we've got this color out of a Rarh 2-row malt before. So I don't know what's going on. it still could be the hops, but I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and smell, see what we kind of get here. This one had the Pilsner version has a little bit more of a graininess, like a sweet graininess to it, where the two-row version, it almost seems like it's letting the hops come out a little bit more. It's a little citrus lemon. It's very young. It's still herbal. Both of them are kind of herbal, vegetal, and I think that's just because they're young. But if I had to go with one, I would go with the smell of the two-row over the Pilsner malt. So let's go ahead and taste. You are getting some of that sweet grain in there. In the back, there is some bitterness, some like citrus bitterness, but it is a little danky still. The one way made with the two-row actually has more of a lemongrass quality pretty much all the way through. It almost tastes like there's oats in there. It's thick. It's a fuller bodied beer compared to the Pilsner malt, which you should kind of get a little bit. Yeah. Definitely, in my eyes, the two-row one is better right now, and they're both not carb. That's why I said don't really go by what I'm saying they're tasting like now. I would think in another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the carbonation level should come up. That hop flavor should get more rounded in both of these beers. And then we can really see what that Cascade tastes like. I don't think 2 weeks in the bottle is enough for it. So we know we need to go more. But the funny thing is, I was trying to think before I started this video if we've had a beer that's been 2 weeks old and hasn't been carved. I would really have to go back and look at that because usually we do them once a month. And when we do them that once a month, if I had one that was bottled 2 weeks prior to us doing it, we would do it. And I don't remember them being this undercarb, but I could be wrong. So if you remember one, put it in the comments down below, and we can. I'll go back and look at that and see if they were under carb. But yeah, so ABV is pretty much the same. IBUs are pretty much the same. Yeast is the same. So really, the only thing is the grain. So this could be a good one, and we will have a third, like I said, Vienna. That's actually going to be bottled this weekend. So here in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, what I might do is just wait for that one to get a month old, then try them. But we will see. As we do know, some of these malts, if you leave them set for too long, do start turning the corner pretty fast. But yeah, this is a good experiment. Again, if you know why these colors are different or like they are, put it down below, or if you think you know, put it down below, and maybe we can run some tests to see if we can get the colors to come out more accurate than they are. Could it be dry hopping? Yes, but again, these two beers use the same hop, the same amount of hop. Again, the only thing that's changed is the grain, and I can guarantee if you go back and look at, I think it's the first lemon drop video, that was using the Pilsner malt, and that is a very light lemon color also, I do believe, not this watered down caramel color. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.